Shock, trauma, stress, and fear can block the complete and total healing of any ailment, but especially those you're having a hard time getting rid of. Use at your own risk. Hey there, it's Colleen Flanagan, Master Dowser and Mind Body Wisdom Expert. This video, I'm just going to call it Do-It-Yourself Well-Being. It does not replace a doctor's care or the care of any healthcare practitioner or your medications or anything. Just think of it as a supplement to whatever care you're receiving. So many people have contacted me in the last year needing help for conditions that they haven't been able to get any relief from. And I don't do private sessions anymore. I just write books and a newsletter and make videos and stuff. You can do this yourself, and that's always been my goal, is not to have people dependent on what I can do, but to learn to do it themselves. Then any time of the day or night, you could help yourself. So the first thing is, you don't necessarily need to learn how to dowse or muscle test or use your pendulum or whatever to do this work, although it's hugely more effective if you do. And there's tons of information, videos, all kinds of books and things about this online. And of course, I will pitch my own book, Fearless Accurate Dowsing, which has healing protocols at the end for you, your family, your pets, and worksheets that you can use as well. Everything I know and that I've ever used is in this book. So there's links below in the description to Amazon if you are interested in the book. The next book I highly recommend, and it has nothing to do with dowsing really, is Deb Shapiro's Your Body Speaks Your Mind. I have used this book on probably thousands of occasions, and it lists all the different body parts and ailments that could happen, and has a series of questions you can ask yourself that might trigger the memories or the thoughts, the incidents, the events, the situations that are causing this pain. And she also has at the back of the book a CD here that helps you explore your body like in a meditative state and find the information you need to be able to release those emotions. Now, as far as I noticed in this book, there's nothing about how to release your emotions that you find. There might be, and maybe I read it many years ago because it's an older book. And if you're thinking of getting it, I'd say get it while you can, because who knows when it could go out of print. Anyway, here's what I do. First, let's just say I have some hip pain, which I have had lately. I'll go look it up in this book. Oh, look at here, page 129. Mind-body dialogue about the pelvis and the hips. And she talks about a problem in the hip area indicates an inability to let go of the past or a feeling of being unable to stand on your own. Stiffness or pain in the hips can indicate that the challenge of change is causing a desire to hold on to how things used to have been, and eventually you become immobile. Well, I'll confess, that sort of sounds like me right now. Politics, the pandemic, just the way this world is changing, and not for the better. And I'm sorry to be negative, but that's how I feel. And I'm honest on all my videos about what's going on in my life and the world and such. So Deb Shapiro's questions are, does it feel like the ground is no longer sustaining you? I would say yes, but on a much deeper level. Is something making you concerned or scared? Heck yes. Are you due for retirement and feeling fearful about how you find a purpose to life without work? Not anymore. This is my purpose. Are you concerned about how you will be able to manage financially? Not really. Thank God. Thank you. So if I was to be someone who knows how to dowse, which is what I do, I would dowse on those questions and get yes and no. I'm afraid that the ground cannot sustain me. I'm afraid things are never going to change for the better. And just start asking myself questions. This is a yes answer, this is a no answer. And then I would write down the associated fears. Fear that things are never going to change for the better, which is like a fear of not being safe, a fear the bad times will never end. You might have a fear of failure, of your income sustaining you or whatever. Write down all of that and then start clearing it out. So the steps are, first, figure out what the fears are that are triggering the pain. And quite often, if the pain or the condition cannot be healed or fixed by the medical industry. In my experience of having worked with thousands of people over many years, it means that you have emotions trapped in that area that are not allowing it to heal. They're like blocks in the beautiful energy flow in your meridians and such. Just like giant rocks or logs that fell into the energy flow, and they're not allowing it to go. So you find them, you clear them, and then you test and make sure that they're gone. So the second thing you do is think about the area. So I'm thinking of my left hip right now, and the energy does feel heavy and just sort of like painful rocks in there or something. I don't know how else to explain it. Like, no, we won't heal. No, we won't flow. And figure out what your pain level is. Like mine right now, I'm sitting down, I'm okay. But when I get up and walk, sometimes it goes to level 4 out of 10. So let's just clear some of that out. And again, if you're a dowser, just ask, what is the pain level in my left hip? Am I allowed to ask that now? On a scale of 0 to 10, 0 being minimum, 0 pain, and 10 being maximum pain, it's level 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Okay, so I'm down to level 3. You don't need to, again, know how to dowse to do this. And the next thing to do is start clearing out those fears that you discovered, and be very aware of what kind of events come to mind, situations, even stuff from childhood that comes to mind. You need to clear that out because your subconscious mind is saying this is involved as well. So you just clear your governing vessel meridian, get all those rocks and logs out by running your hand in reverse of the governing vessel meridian, which runs from the bottom of your torso all the way up to the end points here. You can tap on those end points and break up the energy if this is too painful. You can use one hand, two hands. I love this crumbling motion, just like breaking up that fear. I released this fear that worse change is coming. I release this fear. Things are never going to be the way that they were. I release this refusal to accept that things are never going to be the way that they were. I release these fears of not being safe and the bad times never ending that are causing this pain in my left hip and my leg because it hurts to walk my path. I'm letting it go, letting it go, letting it go. So just talk and clear. That's all you have to do. Again, if you're a dowser, the level of fear causing the pain in my left hip is level 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. That's all you have to do. And this is a very condensed version of what you can do for yourself. It might take 30 minutes, an hour, a day. It might take a week or a month. It depends on how much stuff you got to release. But don't give up. Please, just keep going. Because you are so worth feeling happy and well and passionate and excited, and any emotions you feel, even like a fatigue about what's going on in the world these days. It's like mental trash. I now release all this mental trash in my head that's blocking my focus, my joy, my bliss, my self-love. I release this fatigue of seeing stuff every blessed day about the pandemic, about politics, about how horrible the world is. Even if you don't watch the news, you can't get away from this stuff. It's all over the internet. And many of us work on the internet or play on the internet. Just letting all this go now. Clear mind is what I want. Clear mind is what I now create. Okay. Now we're just going to test mental fatigue of any sort, mental trash of any sort, 1 hour ago. Level 10, there you have it. So that's what I do. That's what I recommend. You got this. It's really not that difficult. It might seem a little daunting at first when you start doing this kind of work. It did for me. It does for everyone. But once you get going on it, and like I said, this book, Your Body Speaks Your Mind by Deb Shapiro, I don't make any money off promoting her book, and my book, Fearless Accurate Dowsing, which also actually has one chapter of the body-mind wisdom of the different body parts and several common ailments and such. So if you want to start with this one, Fearless Accurate Dowsing, you will find just about everything you need to get started to learn dowsing, to learn about the mind-body wisdom, and to start actually doing work on yourself, just as I've shown in this video. So Please never give up. You are so important to everyone who knows you. You're a treasure on earth, or else you wouldn't be here. Okay? Even people who are, shall we say, not the nicest, kindest people in the world, people who stoke hatred and division in the world or in their countries, they're showing us the example of how not to be, of things that we don't want anymore in this life. So please never give up. Keep sharing the love. You can even, if you want to work on healing the world, I now release each and every bit of hatred in my neighborhood, in my city, my country, the world. I wrap the world in a beautiful golden pink net of peace and love and joy and change for the better, positivity, beneficiality, equality for all beings on earth, including the animals and the plants and Mother Earth herself. And so it is. You got the power, so use it. We got a new year coming up. Let's make it a bajillion times better than the old year. Thank you so much for watching. Please like this video. If you liked it, give me a comment, because your comments, they just mean the world to me. I can't tell you how it brightens my day, my week, when I get comments, and let me know what else I can make videos on. Subscribe to this channel. Check out my website, emorescue.com. Tons more free stuff for you, ebooks, articles, audios, and things like that. I want you to please take control of your life like I finally did years ago when I was in a really bad place. You can do this. Thank you again for listening. Namaste. Peace out. Decode life's mysteries. Learn dowsing today and help yourself, family, friends, and animal friends.